Welcome, curious minds, to another deep dive. Have you ever had, a brilliant creative idea, maybe a comic book character or a really whimsical sticker, maybe even a painting concept, but then life, or I don't know, maybe feeling like you lack the traditional art skills just kept getting in the way? You know that
Yeah.
feeling, right? That
Yeah.
creative spark is definitely there, but maybe not enough hours in the day to really hone the manual skill needed to bring it to life. Well, today we're diving headfirst into this really fascinating corner of generative AI that might just be your shortcut to creating some stunning digital art.
That's right. And what's particularly insightful about the source we're exploring today, Eng's AI sticker generation, Nano Banana exploration, which actually just came out this week, is its very practical, hands-on approach. Eng, the creator here, isn't just, talking about AI art in theory. They're showing us really step by step how they took that desire for artistic expression and, well, made it a reality. And they're doing it quite literally through what people are now calling the art of prompting, which is basically learning how to speak the AI's language effectively.
Exactly. So our mission today is to unpack Aang's own creative journey with this Nano Banana project, their whole exploration into AI sticker generation. We want to pull out those key nuggets of knowledge that you can actually use to generate your own unique digital art, specifically stickers maybe, but also just to really understand the nuances of working with these powerful AI art tools. So grab your mental notepad because we're about to demystify how you can turn your imagination into actual digital art. Okay, let's unpack this. Our journey really starts with Aang's experience, which I think is incredibly relatable. They shared that for years they really wanted to explore drawing and painting, but other things, other pursuits, always took precedence. It's a story I think, well, many of us can probably empathize with. Then generative AI enters the picture, offering this completely new way, a new pathway to create digital art, just by crafting the right words, the right prompts. This feels like a genuine game changer for so many aspiring creatives, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely.
It's like suddenly having an entire art studio right at your fingertips,
Exactly.
without ever needing to pick up a physical brush or pencil.
It absolutely is a game changer, but maybe not quite in the way some people first think. It does shift the skill requirement, yes, but it definitely doesn't eliminate it. So instead of spending years mastering, say, a physical brushstroke, or figuring out perspective, or painstakingly mixing colors just right.
Right, the traditional stuff.
Exactly. You're learning a new language instead. You're learning how to communicate your artistic vision clearly to a machine. And this fundamentally lowers the barrier to entry for creative expression. It moves the core skill away from that manual dexterity, which, let's face it, can take ages to develop,
Yeah, Joe.
to conceptual clarity and really effective communication. It's all about articulating your vision precisely, sometimes in surprising detail, and, well, that's a skill in itself.
Okay, so Aang started with something pretty simple to kind of kick things off. It was a mannequin photo they'd taken years ago. This was the core reference image, almost like a blank slate for the original portrait. Then, using a specific prompt, they started transforming it into all these different sticker styles, which really shows the AI's adaptability. The core prompt they used, and this is a fantastic template if you want to try this, was change the subject in the portrait into a dill-style sticker. Use a white background. The design should have bold, clean outlines, simple cell shading, and vibrant colors.
Yeah.
Okay, so cell shading, just for anyone unfamiliar, that's that kind of clean, almost flat look you see in classic animation or comics, where shadows are like solid blocks of color, not smooth gradients.
Right, very distinct.
And what's really cool is the sheer range of styles Aang managed to generate with just that basic framework. I mean, we're taking everything from a gritty Grand Theft Auto kind of look
Mm-hmm.
to the super cute Kawaii style, that adorable, big-eyed, childlike aesthetic.
Yeah, the classic cute.
And then a dramatic Geki style, which is interesting. It's often more gritty, realistic, kind of adult-oriented manga, very different from the usual lighter stuff.
A real contrast.
And finally, the super charming Chibi style, known for those exaggerated small bodies and big heads. It's just amazing how that one prompt structure, just changing a single word, can adapt to such wildly different looks.
It really shows the versatility, doesn't it?
Totally. I'm picturing someone trying to make like a Grand Theft Auto style sticker of their pet hamster now. The possibilities are endless and sometimes wonderfully absurd.
Absolutely. And, those unexpected, sometimes funny results are often part of the fun, part of the discovery process. It reminds us that even when you aim for precision, the AI still has its own, let's say, delightful quirks sometimes. But this example really demonstrates the power of using structured language to guide the AI. By deliberately breaking down the look they wanted into distinct, actionable parts, things like Bold, clean outlines, simple cell shading, vibrant colors.
Specific instructions.
Exactly. The creator isn't just vaguely asking for a sticker. They're providing a clear, artistic blueprint for the AI to actually follow. It's almost like deconstructing an art style into its fundamental visual bits, making it understandable for the AI model to then reconstruct visually. This allows for a level of precision that, just using a single descriptive word or a really vague request might completely miss.
That's incredible for generating those broader general styles. But what if you want to push beyond that? What if you want to capture the very specific, really unique touch of a master artist, like, say, Kentaro Miura? He's legendary for his super intricate detail and dramatic compositions in manga. You probably can't just type Kentaro Miura style and expect, perfect, nuanced results, can you?
No, probably not.
The AI might give you something kind of generic, maybe just a hint, a shadow of his real style.
You've really hit on a crucial point there, and that is a common pitfall people run into. See, the AI has this vast memory of images it was trained on, but it doesn't understand artistic intent or nuance in the same way a human artist or critic does. So a simple, well-established style name like Kawaii might work pretty well because its conventions are everywhere in the training data. The AI knows it.
Okay, it has lots of examples.
Exactly. But for the really intricate detail, the specific emotional weight, the unique mood of a master like Miura, well, you definitely need a more sophisticated kind of multi-layered approach. The AI needs more than just the name. It needs an explicit vocabulary describing that artist's distinctive characteristics. It needs to be told what makes a Miura piece look and feel like a Miura piece.
And Eng, our source author, came up with this really ingenious two-step strategy for exactly this problem. First, and this is clever, they asked another AI, in this case it was Gemini, to actually describe Kentaro Miura's art style.
Using AI to analyze AI fuel.
Right. So instead of trying to brainstorm all the descriptive words themselves, they leveraged AI to analyze and articulate the style. Think of it like asking one AI to be an art critic and explain all the nuances. Then, and this is the crucial bit, they took that description from Gemini and incorporated it into a much more effective, detailed prompt for the image generation AI.
That's smart.
It's like having an AI art critic explain the style's intricacies to your AI art generator. A really powerful feedback loop. So the Miura-inspired prompt they ended up using was this. Change the subject in the portrait with the intense detail and dramatic lighting characteristic of Kentaro Miura's manga art. The design should feature a sticker against a pure white background. Follow the hairstyle and clothing. You can immediately hear the difference in specificity compared to that generic sticker prompt. Right?
Oh yeah, much richer.
It's not just asking for a style name, it's asking for specific elements of that style. Intense detail, dramatic lighting. It's almost like giving the AI a detailed recipe.
Exactly. A recipe is a great analogy.
Yeah.
And the result, as Eng themselves observed, was something near a subjective view of his drawing style. Now, that subjective view part is really crucial because it highlights this current blend of AI capability and, well, human perception in evaluating the artistic results. The AI can get remarkably close. It can produce something that really evokes the essence of the artist.
It feels like Miura.
Right, it feels like it.
Right.
But the final judgment that is this really Miura-esque
Yeah.
that still often rests with the human eye, filtering it through our own understanding and appreciation of the original artist's work. It acknowledges that while AI is incredibly powerful, the artistic interpretation, that subjective experience of the art, remains profoundly human. And this collaboration where human intent guides the AI's capability, that's where the real magic is happening right now.
Okay, so fascinating stuff. But what does this all mean for you, our listener, when you're experimenting with generative AI for art, whether it's stickers, illustrations, concept art, whatever? Eng's Nano Banana exploration really distills some truly crucial lessons, I think, that are pretty universally applicable for anyone looking to make art with these tools.
Yeah, definitely. And if we connect this back to the bigger picture of, let's say, effective prompt engineering, these aren't just tips for making stickers. They're really fundamental principles for interacting effectively with any creative AI model. They help you move beyond just basic commands to a more nuanced, iterative, and ultimately a much more powerful way of engaging with these tools to get what you actually want creatively. It's about thinking strategically about how you communicate your vision.
Okay, so the first key takeaway, and honestly, this feels like a genuine game changer for getting precision in your AI art, is to leverage AI to describe art styles. If you're struggling, to generate an image in a specific artist's style, or maybe even a really nuanced, complex style that you can't quite put into words yourself, don't just guess at keywords.
Right. Stop the keyword guessing game.
Exactly. What Ang's discovery really underlines is that in this world of AI art, language is the new medium. You're not just drawing anymore, you're kind of linguistically engineering your vision. So ask another AI, like Ang did with Gemini, to describe that artist's work or that style in detail. Then take that rich AI-generated description and weave it into your prompt for the image generator.
Yeah, feed it back in.
This two-step process bypasses that frustration of just randomly guessing keywords, and it acts like a sophisticated AI-powered thesaurus specifically for visual concepts.
It's like getting a detailed cheat sheet from the AI itself. Makes your prompts way more effective.
Way more effective.
Absolutely. And think of it like this. Instead of just saying, make it look spooky, you're suddenly equipped to say, generate this with chiaroscuro lighting, exaggerated long shadows, and maybe a palette dominated by deep blues and oppressive blacks.
Wow, yeah, much better.
That's the kind of power this technique really unlocks. It gives us vocabulary.
Okay, second takeaway. Embrace probabilistic change through tweaking. You need to remember that every little change you make to your prompt, even just subtle rewordings, introduces what Anne calls a probabilistic change to the AI's output. Now, this isn't a bug or a flaw. It's actually a feature of how these models work.
Yeah, it's inherent.
It means that every single tweak, every slight adjustment in your language is actually an opportunity for new, unexpected, and potentially much better results. So it's not about finding the one perfect prompt on your first try. It's more like an iterative dance, right? A process of refinement and discovery.
Exactly. The dance is a good way to put it.
You're constantly just nudging the AI in slightly different directions, letting it explore the vast space of possibilities within the parameters you set. This playful, experimental approach is really key, I think, to uncovering truly unique creations.
And just touching on that probabilistic change idea, it's useful to understand a bit about the mechanism underneath. Often these AI models introduce a degree of randomness, sometimes called a random seed or noise, right at the start of each image generation process.
Okay.
So even if you feed in the exact same prompt again, that slightly different starting point, that initial random seed, will lead the image generation down a slightly different path.
So that's why you don't get the same thing twice.
Precisely, which is why your output is almost never perfectly identical. This non-deterministic nature actually encourages exploration rather than expecting exact duplicates. It's really about discovering new possibilities in every iteration, kind of like a photographer taking multiple shots from slightly different angles to capture that perfect moment. You explore the space.
And this leads us perfectly into the third and maybe slightly surprising but incredibly important fact. Understand non-reproducibility. Our source, Ang's exploration, makes it really clear that given the exact same prompt and even the same initial reference image, you cannot obtain the exact same reproducible image. Not even if you start fresh, clean slate.
Yep, that's the reality.
That's a huge point. It means you really shouldn't expect an identical output every single time you hit generate. And that changes how you might approach, say, creating a series of images or trying to maintain consistency in a larger project.
Absolutely.
You're just not going to get a perfect copy-paste result.
Precisely. And this isn't just some technical quirk. It fundamentally shifts how you should think about iteration and your workflow. You're not refining one single perfect image over and over again. You're actually creating a series of unique possibilities. It's maybe more like a sculptor chipping away at different blocks of marble rather than trying to make a perfect mold.
That's a great analogy.
This non-deterministic nature is inherent in many, maybe most, generative AI models, often by design. It really encourages exploration and embracing the uniqueness in each generation, rather than fixating on exact duplicates. It's such a key piece of knowledge for anyone using these tools, whether it's professionally or just for creative fun. It shifts the focus from replication to discovering new possibilities in every single iteration. It kind of frees you from the burden of trying to perfect one single output and instead opens you up to this world of endless, interesting variations.
Wow. What an incredible deep dive that was into the world of AI sticker generation thanks to Ang's work. We've seen how that personal desire to create art can actually be fulfilled through smart prompt engineering, how you can go beyond basic styles to mimic specific artists by, well, having AI itself describe the styles for you.
Using AI to talk to AI?
Right. And crucially, those essential tips about crafting your prompts, embracing the tweaking process, and understanding that inherent probabilistic and non-reproducible nature of AI output. This Nano Banana exploration really pulls back the curtain on how these tools actually work.
Ultimately, I think this journey with Nano Banana really shows us that generative AI isn't just another tool for automation. It's becoming a genuine partner in creative exploration. It truly empowers individuals to bring their artistic visions to life with surprising speed and versatility, even if they don't have those traditional art skills, quote unquote. It democratizes the artistic process in a really profound way, essentially turning linguistic skill into visual artistic output.
So for you, our listener, the next time you have that creative idea bubbling up, whether it's a new comic book character, maybe a whimsical sticker for your digital planner, or even just an imagined landscape, consider how generative AI could be your new digital canvas.
Yeah.
This deep dive makes it crystal clear, I think, that the true art now often lies in how clearly and how imaginatively you communicate your vision to the machine. It's about thinking like an artist, yes, but then speaking to your AI with precision and creativity.
And maybe the provocative thought for you to mull over after this is, as AI's ability to interpret our words and generate art becomes increasingly sophisticated, and as our prompts become more articulate and complex, what completely new forms of artistic expression will emerge from this collaboration? This dance between human intention and algorithmic creativity? What will our definition of artist even become when the prompt itself might be considered a masterpiece of conceptual design?
Ooh, that is a fascinating question to ponder. Until our next deep dive, keep exploring, keep prompting, and keep creating.